45 of Back in the Closet with the Two Crazy Cat Ladies.
With two of our favorite guests, you guys.
Most beautiful, third time, most generous, most kind, most amazing humans. Most intuitive humans on the planet that we know. Karen and Meredith from Animal Communication Collective has come back.
I think it's have come back
To grace us and all of you guys with many animal communication sessions. And we are so grateful to you guys for doing this time and again for our audience.
I think this is our third time, right, ladies? And I feel like every time it catches us all a little by the heart, for sure.
Yes.
It's an amazing gift that you guys have. So for anyone that does not already know you guys, could you guys give a short intro and kind of let everyone know how this is going to work? Karen, we'll start with you.
Great. Well, thank you, ladies, for having us back on. We love you, and we love your audience. So we're thrilled to be here helping everybody today and their animals alive and in spirit. So I'm Karen Dundee-Smith. I am an animal communicator, a soul level intuitive coach, a Qigong instructor, an energy healer, and one of the founders of the Animal Communication Collective, as you guys all know. And the Animal Communication Collective is our fundraising group that Meredith and I run to help rescues and shelters all around the world raise funds and build up awareness about animal communication. But tonight, we are here for you guys as individual animal communicators who collaborate and talk with your animals and share loving and helpful messages.
Love it.
I love it. Meredith.
Hi, I'm Meredith Dees Tollison. I am also a soul level animal communicator, soul level intuitive coach. I am a Reiki practitioner for both people and animals, as well as a lot of other like real live day jobs that I do in my life. But this is my passion and this is my fun. We love being on this podcast. Thank you so much for inviting us back. Karen and I love working together through our animal communication, through the Animal Communication Collective, through our friendship, through all other things. And we are so excited to be here doing these many animal communication readings for you.
It is many.
You guys are like a powerhouse couple. I love it.
You guys really are.
Much.
We're gonna throw up a ticker to kind of let everyone know the information they need to share all in one comment.
Yeah, but if Meredith, if you could just let everybody know, and then we'll jump right back in, guys, because so many of you guys have already been here before. Maybe you missed because usually we get so many comments that it's impossible to get to everyone. Right. So many of you guys already know, but if you don't, if you're here for the first time and you want an animal communication session with your pet or horse or pig or whatever, in person or in spirit, what is it that they need to put in the comment section?
So the information that we want to have from you is the name of your animal, the gender, the species, cat, dog, guinea pig, whatever, whether they're alive or in spirit. Name, gender, species, alive or in spirit. Did I get it all?
Yeah, and then one question.
And be thinking of one question you would like to ask of your animal. Please don't provide us any more information than that. If they're in spirit, we don't need to know how they passed. That's our job. It makes our job a lot easier, actually, the less information we have. Because that way we know that the information is coming from your animal and not from any information that you've already provided for us. So if your question or if your comment in the chat has more information than that, we can't pick you. Be sure to stick to the basics.
Follow the rules. If you follow the rules, you'll get picked hopefully today. And we're already getting one or some in the comments. We've got Madison here with Da Vinci. Where did that go? I'm going to pull her up right here.
Let me get my glasses on so I can see.
Da Vinci, male cat, alive. What do I need to do to help him?
Okay, Madison, just give us a minute to connect in with Da Vinci.
Do you mind if I jump right in, Karen?
You go right ahead.
Obviously, your cat's name is Da Vinci, but I see an artist on scaffolding, and I immediately hear the word ladder and see an elevation, a climbing up. And I'm going to circle back around and ask if that's part of the question or what it is he's trying to show me with showing me this ladder, this scaffolding, literally lying on his back, painting. What you got?
And so when Da Vinci came in to me to say hello, because usually we start by just asking them to say hello so everybody knows and tell us a little bit about themselves. Da Vinci came in as what I would call a sensitive male. Not kind of your crazy run around male bully cat, but more of like a sensitive male. Like he's very aware. To me, the way he makes me feel is he's very aware of his surroundings and very discerning about what he likes and what he doesn't like. And I also hear him telling me that he has a very tender heart. So kind of a sweetie for a boy. He's kind of a sweetie to me. That's why he's playing it with me.
I love that, because with this whole artist thing going on with the name Da Vinci, I really am feeling an expressiveness from him, a creativity and a desire to, I get a lot of Monty Python references when I'm getting information in. And the guy in Monty Python sitting in the tower that's like, Father, I just want to sing. It's like he wants to have an ability to express himself without judgment, without labels, without without the supposed tos, without the shoulds. He is his own cat, and he wants to open up this great big heart of his, is what I'm getting.
So for your question, Madison, when you say, what do I need to do to help him? I already feel something tight in my throat, like something's going on in here. Could be thyroid, could be not being able to vocalize or vocalizing too much, but there's something going on right here in my throat where really the thyroid would sit.
Are you feeling that, Karen, with Karen's medical Chinese medicine background? A lot of times she picks up on things like that. Are you feeling that more energetically or more physically?
I'm physically feeling like something's going on in here. The energy in here, it feels like it's off a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. I was asking about the reason for showing me the visual of the ladder, and I'm hearing that I need to be up high. So I'm asking him, do you mean physically need to be up high? Like you need a cat tree, a cat tower, a shelf around to have a space of your own? And it feels like that's part of it, but it also feels like he's saying that he needs to be elevated in status. He needs to be appreciated. He needs to spend a little bit more time on a pedestal to make him feel safe and supported and protected. Mm-hmm. I wonder if that makes any sense. And listen, if you guys do if you do post a follow-up chat comment, please mention the animal's name, because we will forget quickly. Mm-hmm. So Madison, if you were to give us a follow-up there, please say my cat Da Vinci, so we'll know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes. And we're trying to get as many as we can. So we're going to try to scroll through the comments and see follow-ups and things like that at the same time while we're getting to the questions.
Yes. Right now,
so yeah, we're still at the top of the comments right now. Yeah. But okay.
So what does that seem to answer the question, Kira? What does she need to do to help him? I feel like he needs to be lifted up physically and energetically.
Yeah, and he needs something to help calm his nervous system, something just to kind of to help him take the edge off of the heightened energy that I'm feeling running through my system. So something to just take him down a little bit, make him feel a little calm.
Like a shot of vodka?
Sure. No, I did not say that. Do not give your cat vodka.
Do not take advice. Listen to Karen and Meredith.
I'm joking. Okay. Evita. You go for it.
Vita?
Can't pronounce the name, but Lexi, female, cat alive. Why does he want to eat all the time?
Okay, Lexi. All right, Lexi.
Oh, why does she want to eat all the time? Sorry.
Okay, so immediately I said, 'cause I'm hungry. So there's a little bit of like a feistiness in her. It's just like, 'cause I'm hungry. But, as if I know you already know that, Yvetta, but she's being a little bit funny with me about her personality.
Yeah, I see her standing by her food bowl, like tapping her feet, like, is my food ready? Where's my food? Bring my food. I'm ready for my food. And I hear her saying, I'm not overweight. I don't have any issues. Why are you so concerned if I want to eat all the time? It doesn't feel medically wrong. Although that's more Karen's expertise than mine. I do more behavior. And it feels to me like like it's a misunderstanding. She's not actually eating that much. She's just eating constantly. Like the food's always out and she has an opportunity to eat whenever she wants to. She loves her body. She doesn't care if she's a big girl. She's not unhealthy. And she's saying that it doesn't really matter, that maybe there's a little more concern about it than there actually is for her and for her health and well-being.
And the other thing I'm getting that Lexi is telling me is that I'm not sure what you feed her, Yvetta, but there's something about her wanting like some real good meat. It's like some really good meat that kind of gives her body the richness that she's looking for. I'm actually seeing it be a little bloody as well. So I don't know. I don't know what you feed her. You might already be going down that road. Maybe some raw.
Oh, she said Lexi is a little chubby.
Yeah. So I want her to be healthy.
Yep. But I think something about protein. She's looking for like some richer, thicker, denser protein, and it may help satiate her hunger, you know? So I'm not sure what you're feeding her, but might be something to look at.
And from a personality and behavior standpoint, she's showing me literally her sitting in a fine dining restaurant with white tablecloths and servers and goblets and silver and crystal and all of that. And she's telling me, yes, I want richer, but I want richer in terms of experience. This is not a question of like wealth or expense. I want richer in terms of experience. I want it to be more special. And I just have a knowing kind of coming in with that a food bowl on the ground or on the counter is not exactly what she wants. She'd like a little more ceremony around the serving of her food. Maybe just get her a fancy dish.
And it sounds like you're already feeding her great food. So that's wonderful. It may be her system she gets really hungry. So it could be that, and you might be doing this already too, but the way she's showing it to me is maybe feeding her more like 4 times a day, but a little bit less each time so that she can eat and not feel like she's waiting so long to the next meal.
But she really likes her body. She really likes being a little bit full figured. She feels perfectly comfortable in that.
That's lovely. Yeah, and that's the most important, right? That is the most important.
Well, yeah. And that we're happy too. So
well, but that we're happy in like
being in our bodies. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
I think so. Thank you, Evita. Thank you.
Celia. I'm probably going to slaughter all of your names. Sorry. Sunny, female, cat, alive. Why the chronic sneezing? Doctors are.
Okay. Okay, Sunny. So I see Sunny walking across the tops of something, like whether it's across the back of a couch or the back of a chair. There's something that she likes to walk across the top of. And I actually feel like I'm looking out a window at sometimes too at stuff. And she feels like a very independent being in general. Like this. She's very, she's making me feel she's very independent and really knows who she is and likes to she's not crazy loud, but likes to kind of do her thing and walk. She keeps showing me walking across the top of this thing near a window. So I'm just thanking her for sharing who she is. Meredith, who is she telling you who she is? I'm going to check in about the sneezing now.
Yeah. I agree with you that I'm getting a strong independent spirit, but I'm also getting, symbolically that she's also easily irritated and that this sneezing is an outward physical expression of how a tiny, tiny irritant can affect your system that way. And she's showing that to me symbolically, like there are mild irritants in my life and I'm going to spit them out of me and share them with the rest of you. And let's dissipate them and see what happens. Who's that talking?
Right.
Interestingly, Celia, I don't know what's going on in her fang area here in her upper mouth. Up in here, I'm feeling pressure that comes up into the nose and makes my nose tickle. So I don't know if you've had her teeth cleaned lately or if there's something going on maybe up in here that's making my nose feel a little funky. And what it makes me feel like is this is already very sensitive in here. So when there's dust or when there's some sort of like smell that makes her nose, I don't know if it's the detergent you use or fabric softener you use, or there's some scent that is itchy to her nose because there's already a sensitivity in here. Like, I don't know if the doctors have checked her sinuses or her teeth and the gums, way upper gums, like up in here. So maybe have them check that. Also, just an FYI, she's not telling me this, but if you use a cat litter that has any scent in it, I would stop doing that.
Yes.
That's
agree.
great point
Yes.
for all of us.
Because she has a very sensitive nose in general.
Mm-hmm.
And to add to that, Karen, it does feel like this is not a huge deal. It's not a huge irritant what I'm picking up, but it's a tiny little irritant. And it she's showing this to me as if she's living in an older home that's just naturally dusty, or could possibly have a little bit of moisture in it. So it's just a little bit of irritating, but she's feisty but delicate in this area, and so she's just expressing that mild irritant. It doesn't feel like a huge thing. It just feels like a little thing that's supposed to be sure everyone's aware of. Does that feel right to you, Karen?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep us posted on Sunny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go to Darby here. Calvin, deceased male, orange tabby, orange cat. Is he okay?
Okay, Calvin. All right, Calvin.
Oh, he makes me feel so happy. He makes me feel so peaceful and happy.
Yeah. It's interesting, Darby. I don't know what he means by this. So I'm giving you the raw data. He just says, I'm good now. So whatever that means to you, I don't know if there may have been something going on at the end of his life, but he wants you to know, I'm good now. He wants to quell your worry or fear that that he may have carried something with him into his spirit life, but he's saying, I'm good now. And ask him if he can give me a little bit more about that.
He is showing me him on the other side, like living the big life. He is in a Hawaiian print shirt, floating in a floaty in a swimming pool with a frozen cocktail, people refilling it for him. He's like, this is awesome. I'm so good. I'm so relaxed. And I do feel that maybe this is a shift from the end of his years in his body, that there may have been an illness or an issue or something that made him not feel like he could just kick back and relax like that. But on the other side, he is totally living the big life. And he's got a big fat belly, but like the other kitty we just read, he's like, look at my fat belly. I am so healthy. I am so happy. I'm eating so well. It's good. It's good.
And Darby, he wants to let you know. So, I mean, there's something about his purr because it's reverberating inside my head right now. It's like a really interesting sound. And he says, I'm getting chills when I say this. So he's validating for me. You might in your own head think you're listening to him purr, or you might be thinking about him and then hear his purr, but he's telling you, I'm purring in your ear. So, that with you and see if that makes sense to you, because it's a beautiful sound. It's like a deep, rhythmic kind of a sound that he's giving me. And he's telling you, I'm doing that in your head. So I hope that helps you, Darby.
Wow.
Oh,
I love this
we
so
were
much.
all as okay as go. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Hi, Shanga. Hey.
Shanga. Rahel.
A female. Are we messing up?
Rachel. Rahel. I don't know.
Rahel.
In spirit, Kat, any advice or messages for me during this transition?
Spirit. Okay. So I'm going to go with Rahel. Is there anything you want Shanga to know about your transition into spirit. That's how I'm reading this. That's how I'm interpreting this question. So does that make sense to you, Meredith?
Is this a recent?
Yeah, it feels very recent to me. I'd love to. I'm reading this as Rahel is a female cat who has recently passed, and Shanga is looking for support in
during
getting
this. Okay,
to this.
that makes sense.
And I hope that's what you're asking, Shanga. When you say that, I feel very short of breath. I feel a jump in the top of my stomach, like in my solar plexus, and I'm feeling. I'm asking Rahel if this is her showing me what it was like in her body, but it really feels more like you. Like there's a little struggle, anxiety. How do I be me without her? This is
So
okay. So full disclosure, I'm seeing in the chat, Shanga is saying I'm going through a transition with my other cat. So I'm gonna
good.
ask Rahel what advice she has for you, Shanga, about this transition and with your other cat.
Thank you for clarifying that, Rahel.
Yeah.
The physical feelings I'm getting in my body are still there. So they apply somewhere in here. I'm going to ask for a little clarification on that for myself.
So the first thing I'm getting from Rahel is please don't feel guilty for giving your other cat a lot of love. I actually want that for you. Giving your other cat a lot of love and letting them take care of you is not disrespecting that I'm gone. And your other cat needs your love and support. And also, your other cat needs for you to talk to them about what you're struggling with, losing Rahel. To me, it makes Rahel feels now like she's quite a big energy. And she's kind of wrapping herself around you both and wanting to support you, but wanting you to just take a breath. It's an adjustment for everyone because your other cat has to now figure out what their job is because Rahel is gone. Are you getting anything like that, Meredith?
I am. And my dog just came home and just ran in here to see me. And he is so joyful and so supportive. Whenever my animals are around me, when I'm doing a reading, whatever their energy is really reflects what's happening in the reading. And I'm feeling that there's actually a lot of joy here. I know that it's very painful for us as humans to watch our animals as they're declining and to see them passing, but they don't feel the same way about it that we do as humans. They don't grieve in the same way that we do as humans. There frequently is a lot of joy in feeling the release of the help me with the words here, Karen, with the pressure of struggling. The quality is what they're looking for, and they're joyful in working with us, even in their transitioning.
And Shanga, there's one other thing Rahel wants to say to you, and that is about your own sensitivity and a little bit of, she makes me feel like you've got your own sensitivity and a little bit of anxiety. And she's saying, just take some deep breaths and just be present with your other cat and invite me to wrap my energy around you both to help calm your own nerves. So
I love that you keep saying, take a deep breath, Karen, because I keep feeling my breath catching before it gets into my chest. And, Shanga, I want you to, I encourage you to focus on that and on focusing on the time that you have with your kitty. Call in the energy of Rahel to support you in that, but know that the quality of the time that you have with this kitty now is going to make all the difference for you and for your kitty.
okay.
We love you ladies so much.
Thank you, Shanga. We're so sorry for your loss of Rahel, and she's still with you.
For sure. Catherine, a live female cat. Why is she scared of almost everything?
What's her name?
Yeah, what's her name? We need her name, Catherine.
Okay, we'll come back to you,
we'll
Catherine.
come back to you.
Try
Sorry.
again. Pat says, Mickey, deceased male kitty. Do you ever look in on my life, and how would I know that you're doing that?
And would I know?
Or would
How
I
would you know? Okay. All right, Pat, let's ask Mickey for some guidance here. So first of all, Mickey says, I was the boss when I was alive. He's like, I was the boss. You were not the boss of me. So he's making that very clear.
Nikki is showing me a fabulous scarf, a feather boa, a fur stole, a fake fur, of course, not real fur, but something fabulous that he keeps tossing around and like tossing his head. I think he was pretty fabulous. I think he fancied himself a little bit elegant and fashionable and wanted everybody to notice when he walked into a room. I'm also feeling very, very hot around the back of my neck as if I'm wearing a feather boa or a fur stole. And I'll come back to that after you go, Karen, because I think that has
this is so funny because usually I just feel this stuff, but I saw the word thud. Not thug, thud. So like, you know when a cat jumps up on the bed and they go boom, right on, and you're like, oh, when you're sleeping, or they just jump up on you because they're trying to judge from down there, like where they're going to land. I saw the word thud, and he said, I'm still jumping on the bed. I'm still jumping on you. So when you're resting or sleeping or you're zoning out, if you feel like there's a little bit of like a thud, like a boom, it's his way of trying to like say, I'm here, like boom. So there's that. And also, Meredith, you go, because I'm downloading something else.
So I'm asking about this scarf stole thing, and I'm still feeling like really, really hot around my neck. He's showing me images, like snapshots, like flipping through a photo album of him sleeping on the back of the sofa, like sort of lying across your shoulders, or wrapping himself around your neck while you were in bed at night, or jumping up on your shoulder while you're brushing your teeth. Something about being around this space of your body. And that when you feel like I'm feeling right now, really warm and cozy and cuddly around your neck and shoulders, that is something that you can take as a sign that he's sitting right here with you.
And also for your validation, Meredith, I just saw Pat is saying Mickey wore a red feather boa in a holiday card. So there you go.
Wow.
Thank you, Mickey.
I saw him in hot pink and black, but that's just because that's the feather boa that's hanging on my doorknob. But thank you for that. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Sweet
Okay,
Mickey.
Catherine actually did come back. Baby cat.
Oh, baby cat. Okay.
Female cat alive. Why is she scared of almost everything?
Okay. Baby cat. I definitely immediately I feel like this very, very sensitive nervous system. I feel like in my little, I feel like I'm little baby, like I'm baby cat. And I feel like in my little system, I feel unsure about a lot of things. To me, this feels like it goes all the way back to when she was born and not maybe having enough time with mom to be weaned. And I definitely feel like there is like very sensitiveness to her being, like her energy and her radar is much bigger than her body. So there's like this real big sense around her of like, almost like raw, when you've been, you're exhausted and tired and every little thing bothers you because you just don't have the padding. That's how she feels to me. Like she's just, everything is like right here in her energy. So very sensitive energy.
I will affirm that, Karen, because the image that she's showing me is of a light bulb. And the teeny tiny little filaments in a light bulb that make you wonder how in the world does electricity work to get through those things and light things up. And then they work and they work and they work. And one day you turn on the lamp and boom, it blows. She's showing me these tiny little delicate filaments. and I can see and feel and hear even the the vibration going through those filaments. It feels, let me add to that. She also feels like she's very easily spooked, but she's also seeking out kind of spooky things. Like those of us who are terrified of scary movies, but still sit on the couch and watch the scary movie. And I also feel like she's seeing, because of that, I feel like she's seeing energies. She's seeing shadows and lights and maybe spirit. I don't know what your beliefs are on that, but she sees a lot of things around her and doesn't quite know how to run those through her delicate filament that is her light bulb.
So there's a couple things here. Sometimes we have to accept that someone is just more sensitive than someone else, and she happens to be one of those. I had a cat like that, Hockey Puck. He was, if somebody breathed the wrong way, he would go hide in my closet. But he was fine with me and my husband. And he was weaned too quickly from his, like we found him in a divided highway when he was 3 weeks old. So he didn't get the proper nutrients either when he was little. I'm not saying that is what happened to baby cat, but it just feels similar in its energy. So of course, Cat Calm, if you aren't already using it, just as a regimen, just to keep it in her system in a gentle way, just to help her slowly take down the edge. Also, I feel like she likes burrowing into things. So you may want to create burrowy places that have like a really, like a safe pheromone smell. I forget what the name of it is for cats. You guys probably know.
The Adaptil type product.
But not for, that one's for dogs. There's one for
they
cats.
do it for cats too.
There's an Adaptil for cats.
Mm-hmm.
Something that just like,
diffuser.
So something where she's in that space and she feels very almost like safe and nurtured the way that you would in a womb would also be helpful for her.
Cat Fairies is a good product for that.
What is it called?
It's called Cat Fairies.
Yes, Cat Fairies. Oh yes, Cat Fairies has some amazing stuff for that. So I would look into that too.
Yeah.
Sweet baby cat.
Awesome. Okay, Laura Lee up next.
Zazzle. Alive, a male cat. How is Zazzle's adjusting to being a resident cat now? How is he doing? Resident.
All right. I don't know exactly what that means, but we're just going to go with the words and ask him.
I'm interpreting, Zazzles is showing me him fighting hard out there, like holding his own out there with strangers, people he didn't know. I'm interpreting the question because of the way he's showing this to me as he lived out there and now he's moved into the house or into the residence. Like he's seriously showing me this streetwise guy and now like, oh, I don't really know which fork to use. I don't know. This is a little fancy for me. I didn't really kind of grow up this way and trying to figure it out. I'm going to sit with that for a second here.
It's so funny because he has this air of I'm a cool dude, but it's a little bit of a cover up for being a little unsure. And it's so funny this is very weird. I don't usually get this, but it's like he's a Virgo. My dad was a Virgo. My stepmother was a Virgo. I love Virgo. So don't take this the wrong way. One of my best friends was a Virgo for a long time. But Virgos have a thing where they, in general, in astrology, right, which I can't believe I'm doing this with a cat, but they really like to present themselves as of knowing everything and being very confident because they don't want to show their weakness. And so he's got a little bit of that, like dueling, like I want to be a cool dude, but I'm not really sure about what's really going on here at this moment. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, Laura Lee.
What I'm seeing is John Travolta's character in Grease.
Okay.
Which is a pretty good presentation of what you're describing. You know, I mean, when Sandy shows up and starts talking about this tender side and he's like, God, don't let anybody find out that's me. You know, he's putting up this tough front, but he's really got this soft, tender side. Mm-hmm. But John Travolta in that movie would also be uncertain about rules and manners and how you behave in certain situations. And it's funny, as opposed to the other kitty who was showing me, you know, white tablecloths and butlers and servers and crystal and glass. This kitty is getting all of those things. And he's like, what do I do with this? I mean, he just feels a little awkward, like he wasn't raised with the Emily Post sitting by the bedside, so he's not quite sure exactly what to do with it.
He also he has a lot of energy sometimes, pent up energy. So he showed me right away you playing more with him in whatever toy it is that helps him get energy out. He needs to expend a lot of energy in quick bursts. So if you've got like a feather toy that he can dive bomb after, or something on a string, or one of those squiggly things that kind of looks like a worm when you're pulling it, it's like he needs more playtime. It's short bursts of playtime a few times a day to help him kind of manage his energy a little bit. So maybe that'll help Laura Lee.
And one more thing to add to that, Laura Lee, I feel like he wants a few little pats on the back, like words of encouragement, and actually saying out loud to him, Zazzles, what a good boy you are. I'm so glad you live in my house now. You may feel silly, you may not, but some words of encouragement like that. He's like, yeah, I'd really like that.
And tell him he has a cute butt. He's showing me his butt. So confirm that he has a cute butt for him.
Oh my God, yes.
Just saying.
Zazzles with a cute butt. All right. All right.
I will see that on Zoom on Friday.
Oh, too funny.
Anna, princess, female, cat in spirit. Are you feeling better now?
Sweet princess.
Okay, Anna, let's invite Princess to come and talk to us. Okay, I didn't even invite her in, and she's already, like with a megaphone, relieved. Like very relieved.
Oh.
Yeah, so relieved. So I don't, very appreciative and very relieved are the two things that came right away. So I want to get to hang with her a little bit, Meredith, while you do your thing and just see about her personality.
Sure. I love how the names of all of these animals are taking me straight into visuals and feelings and experiences. Princess immediately showed me an image of Queen Elizabeth. And, she reigned and ruled and did all of the things that she did, which, so many of us have this grandiose idea of what it would be like to be a royal. I personally think it would suck so much being in the public eye all of the time and having all of these responsibilities and having all of these rules and regulations that you have to live by. And I can see, I literally see Queen Elizabeth as she's transitioning, crossing over, going, well, that was good, but I'm ready to rest now. Do you know what I'm saying when I say that? I did that for however many decades she did it. Well, somebody else's turn now, and I'm relieved and I can rest. So I'm getting that relief feeling as well, just with royal imagery.
And Anna, for your sake, she does make me feel like there was a period of time at the end of her life where her body just was not doing what she needed it to do. It looks like things were kind of I don't even know what the right word is, but compressing on the inside or being taken away from her on the inside. It could have been cancer. It could have been some sort of debilitating something in her immune system, but something was slowly giving away on her. And she wants you to know she understood that it was her time to go. She probably knew that for longer than you did, Anna. The way she makes me feel like it is, she knew that she was on her way and was okay with it probably 4 months before you did. So she just wants you to know it's whatever that was, it's okay.
She's showing me something just not quite firing all the way. And the imagery I'm getting with that is the strand of Christmas lights where half of them are on and half of them are off. It's still working. It's just not working all the way. And sort of see those power sources just sort of fizzling a little bit. But she does not feel that she regrets her passing at all. She feels like it was
time.
It was time. And she knew it was time, and she didn't question that it was time.
Yeah.
So relieved.
Relieved, she said right away.
Yes. Okay, Nicole.
Oh, Nicole.
Diamond, male cat, alive. Why are you licking your arm raw?
Oh, Diamond. Jeez Louise. Okay, Diamond. Okay, this is really interesting. My human brain wanted to go to interpret this. This is why I love raw data. Meredith, you can talk about this too. My brain said itchy. But when I backed up and I said to Diamond, what's going on? I felt something going on with a nerve. Like he can't, like something is tingly in here that feels like it might be a nerve. So it feels like there's something going on in his neck. I don't know if you've ever done chiropractic with a cat, Nicole, or acupuncture, but I would look into this part of his neck if you are okay with that and are okay with talking to a cat animal acupuncture or chiropractic person for one, because it feels like it's one arm to me, like one arm is all tingly. Because I keep saying, are you allergic to something? Is there something going on in your food? But I'm not getting that right at this moment, which doesn't mean there can't be something exacerbating it. But to me, it feels like a tingly nerve thing. What do you get?
I saw that, as you said, using the raw data, I saw an image of a firecracker, but not like a bottle rocket that someone might shoot off, but literally like the way a firecracker would be shown to you in a Bugs Bunny cartoon, where it's square with a rocket top and a fuse. And I asked why he was showing this firecracker. And then Karen, you said itchy, and I heard I'm itching to go. It feels like he's showing me that there's a need to release something. And this is a calming behavior for him. From a behavior perspective, I would put that into, a little bit of a compulsive behavior, but it's like, this is something that he's doing to bring himself back down so this firecracker doesn't shoot off. Nicole, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. There's something that needs to release energetically in him that could be stemming from a physical thing, but this licking is a way that he's calming himself down, like nail biting or hair twisting in humans. It's comforting to him somehow.
Mm-hmm. Something is a little aggravating to him. So I don't know if the neck being off is the thing that's aggravating him, or the neck being off is making him more sensitive to something that's aggravating for him. So I would look at it in both directions. And also to help soothe the skin itself, there's always the Oxy spray, or even Truly. I use the True Oxy drops sometimes and just put it right into the skin, because once they've done this to the skin, then the skin takes over, and that is itchy. So, but that doesn't mean that the cause of the itchiness is like an allergy necessarily.
But it's like getting a hangnail. You have the initial injury that gives you the hangnail, but then you obsessively pick at it, and then that makes another sore, and sore, and you pick at that again. Yeah, it feels like something he's doing without even really thinking about
a habit.
Yeah.
Okay. So side note, and what's really interesting is we know of Diamond and Pooh Bear, who never ever comes in and joins us during our podcast, just walked in while you were talking about Diamond, and he's our Diamond. He's the one that has the limp, a bit bigger, licks his arms in certain ways, and he walked in as if I think
hey,
they're talking about me.
See, like what I was saying about how the animal's energies around you.
Yeah. And then he just walks out.
He's just like, hey, I'm here in support of Diamond. Check this out.
God, how cute was that?
That was amazing.
Wow.
Oh, Nicole, we love you. Okay, Elizabeth.
Maggie, a female Springer Spaniel. Did we let her go too soon over the rainbow? And is she happy?
Okay, Maggie. So let's just take a moment for Maggie. Nice, sweetie pie.
What a buoyant spirit. What a happy spirit. Mm-hmm. She has 4, I see the image of 4 pogo sticks on all 4 of her legs, and she's just boing, 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 boing. And I'm hearing resilient, that she just came through with joy at all times in her life, but that it was sometimes overshadowed by her physical experience. But whatever was going on with her, she came through with absolute joy.
And when I asked her what was going on, I have a hard time breathing. Like there's like a little going on in my chest when I say to her what was going on. And I feel like something was going on in the chest area. We don't have enough time for me to really hone in, but there feels like something was going on here, and that you saved her from a worse, she's saying not good English, a worser fate.
Oh.
And that this was better. What you did was better, and you saved her from a worser fate. A worser fate. Okay, I know I keep saying bad English, but she keeps saying that because it would have been a worser fate, not only for her, but for you guys having to experience that. And she didn't want anybody experiencing that. Not her, not you guys. And so instead, your decision to assist her when you did saved you all from a worse fate, but it also took a lot of courage. So she's thanking you for having that courage.
I too am feeling a little difficulty catching my breath. So I don't know what was going on with her in life, but not having to go any farther into whatever that decline was does feel like she's grateful for that, and that you were able to see that there was no need to try everything and do everything out there, because it wasn't going to increase her quality. So when I'm asking her, is she happy? So this boing boing pogo stick that I saw, now she's showing me a trampoline, literally. And she's showing me two different images. In life, here I am on this trampoline. In spirit, I'm on this trampoline and I'm doing flips and I'm bouncing on the seat and I'm jumping back up. And she's showing me all of the different tricks that she can do now. Juxtaposing those two things. I'm so happy in life, and now I'm joyful and flipping in spirit.
I love
Sweet
that.
Megan.
All right. Okay. So
Thank you, Elizabeth. We're so sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
That's a hard
Elizabeth.
question.
That
Yeah.
is.
I love the random imagery that these animals
I love
are.
I love
I
it.
love
That means something to the people that are receiving here.
Well, we could sit and
Yeah.
listen to you guys all day with your. I love it so
Especially
much.
the imagery.
Yeah,
Some of
especially
it we
the
have to
imagery.
Google afterwards, but still. Kathy is here with Henry, a male cat in spirit. Does he know how much we loved him?
Henry, okay. Okay, so this is really interesting. I heard, no, do you realize how much I loved you? So he's putting it back on you, Kathy, because he's like, of course I know, but do you realize how much I loved you?
Oh.
So it's kind of like, I love you more. No, I love you more. No, I love you more. Like there's that kind of a thing going on for you and Henry, Kathy, that keeps showing me.
Well, and I'm also hearing, and do you realize that I know how much you know that I know that you know? He's like, yeah, duh. But he's showing me a mirror, like a big heart with light coming out of it, and then holding up a mirror and reflecting it back on yourself, Kathy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of support. Oh, I just got choked as I was about to say that. Here's my gagging. Here's my hairball. It choked me up a little bit. That he's showing you the reflection of his love for you. There's a little bit of a thing in here about, can you please love yourself as much as I love you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said, please take care of yourself as well as you took care of me.
Wow. Sweet Henry.
Yeah.
They'll bring in our messages for self-care, y'all. They absolutely
They
will.
do all the time.
Okay.
Chris.
Chris, buddy, male, black Maine Coon, alive. Is he happy and does he feel better?
Okay. All right, buddy.
Buddy is showing me these different bear images, like a big fuzzy black bear that might be fearful if you're camping in the woods and you see this big bear. But then here's Teddy Roosevelt holding the little teddy bear. So I'm seeing these two different, I'm a big guy, I'm a big furry fluffy guy, and people might find me intimidating, but I'm really this little soft cuddly snuggle up with me sleepy little kitty, big kitty.
So he says it, so what he's telling me in my head is, in general, he's very happy with his environment. There is a little stomachy thing going on. I can feel like some tightness in my upper stomach. I don't know if it's pancreas or liver area, but there's something where it's just a little crampy still in there. It doesn't feel horrible, but it does feel a little bit off, that it could use a little bit of relaxation, like something to relax this. So this is where I don't know, like the question is there a little bit of a calming, something that you give him it so when he's eating, he just feels a little calmer. It just feels a little crampy in my upper tummy.
It's funny you should say that. The other half of the bear imagery that I was getting was literally Winnie the Pooh in the honey hole, when he went in the tree and ate all the honey and then couldn't get back out. Buddy feels like maybe he has a tendency to overindulge sometimes. And that makes him feel a little bit queasy, and also makes him feel a little bit of regret, like, oh, I've done it again.
Okay.
I've done it again. Next time I'm not going to eat some. Oh, I did it again.
Okay, so Chris, because you put this in the text, the chat, I want to be clear disclosure. Chris is saying he suffers from skin dermatitis. So skin dermatitis can come from intestinal imbalance.
Most
so
often.
that I'm feeling constriction in my upper intestines, that area means that there's something going on that is secreting through his skin that has to do with digestion. So maybe it's something to look at, how his biome is in his gut, to see if that might help.
I love that. I love that answer.
Chris,
okay.
keep us posted.
Yeah,
let us know how he is. He's quite a dude. I really like his energy.
Okay, Jill, a Rocky, male cat alive. Only cat does he want? He's the only cat. Does he want another cat for company?
Okay.
So here we go with the names and the images again. I mean, a lot of times I get information like this, but tonight it is all spot on. So of course I see Rocky, I see Sylvester Stallone, I see him in the boxing ring. He's like, yeah, bring me another cat and we'll train together. He's saying that if he had another cat, he would want to fight him, but not, it doesn't feel like fight him to really hurt him, but like, we'll get in the ring and we'll punch each other. And also saying that could feel a little stressful to mom. It's like tomboys, tussling on the playground. He's like, yeah, bring me somebody. We'll punch each other. We'll wear our protective gear and all that. But he feels like he wants to roughhouse a little bit.
Yep. And okay, so this is really funny because as soon as you asked that, Jill, do you guys ever watch that movie Pitch Perfect? With what's her name? The blonde, really hysterical comedian that plays the more heavyset woman that's a singer. Is it Rumor Willis or Wilson or whatever her name is?
Yeah, Rumor Willis.
Okay. You know how in the movie she goes, he's playing that game a little bit, like, we'll see. No wonder why you're wondering, Jill, because it's hard to get a clear vibe on whether he would get along or not with another cat, because he's kind of like, we'll see. So in that way, I kind of want to ask him, Meredith, if you're up for it, I want to ask him, Rocky, if there was another cat brought into the house, one, what type of personality or what type of cat might you get along with?
So as I ask him that question immediately, Rocky is pretty clear that he wants to be the big dog. He wants the big cat in this case, that he would definitely not care to have another pet in the house, another family member, I should say, in the house that fancied himself more important than Rocky. Yeah. Rocky wants to be the winner. And would much more appreciate a real
romance.
laid back, a romance. I'm not getting romance at all, as maybe I am, as much as just you do your thing and just acknowledge that I'm the boss of this playground and we'll be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But also that there would be some tussling that would be like, brothers pounding
So
each
funny.
other.
I'm getting more of like a little romance. So we'll see.
So let's ask Rocky, would you
maybe it's a bromance.
It could be.
Yeah.
This bromance doesn't feel very romantic. Maybe you would prefer a little
She okay. I gotta say, it looks like a sweetie pie. It looks like a little sweet girl who's like, "Hi, honey," and he kind of turns to mush.
Oh, so maybe fostering, Jill. Maybe.
Yeah, so you can get to see who he picks for his girlfriend. I think he wants to have a say.
There you go. Wow. Okay,
Sweet,
guys, we have
Rocky.
time for one more.
Oh, okay. This always goes so fast.
I know,
I
it
know, it
does.
always
And
goes
it's
so
sad.
fast.
We always go over, but today we actually have to keep it.
We've
to
got
an
big
hour.
news,
We're
a big
gonna-
thing coming after this, guys. So,
Big stuff that we got to prep for.
yeah.
So let's do one more. I know we're
Yes.
way behind in comments.
But let's do Metal Cat Mom here.
Ooh,
Vicious female cat in spirit. Does she forgive me for not being there for her like I should have and wish I had in her last couple of days?
Oh,
That's a tough question.
I'm sorry, Metal Cat Mom. And before we even start, just note, sometimes all of the time, even the experience we have when our animal passes, no matter what it is kind of part of the lesson they're teaching us when their spirit decides to enter the body that it enters in order to be with us in the 3D. So just know that even that passing bears weight for you because it is a lesson born out of love from your cat Vicious and wanting to wake up something in you and knowing full well that that's what she was doing. So even though it might be really hard for you, and I have one that was like that too, where I had a lot of regret from when I was in college and had to struggle with that guilt for a little while until I figured stuff out. There's always a lesson in it. And the struggling you're going through is part of your soul's growth. That Vicious was a part of the destiny of. So it's not like you made a massive mistake. It was part of the way of opening your heart and making you learn something.
And remember too that our animals know that they're passing often long before we know that they are. They know exactly what's happening and they view that passing completely differently than we as humans view the passing. And they do it the way that they decide is the way that needs to happen. So as Karen said, however Vicious decided the last couple of days we're going to go, there is a great gift in that for you. If you can allow yourself to open up to signs and signals from her, which I think she's giving you frequently, and kind of have that conversation between yourselves. Vicious, I understand that this is the way that I'm feeling. How do you feel about that? And see what settles into your heart. And I bet you'll be relieved and somewhat surprised of her. I see her like coming forward with her hands open going, look, Mom, here it is. Here's this gift for you. Yeah. And here's the learning in this for you. And I'm good and I'm fine. And you need to forgive yourself in this process.
She also wants you to know she's still badass. I don't know what that means to you, but she's telling me she's badass.
She's got on boots with metal on them.
And she says, you weren't supposed to be with her. And she makes me feel the energy of her knowing that you couldn't be with her. Like she knows there was something going on, that it wasn't possible for you. Whatever possible means to you, it wasn't possible for you to be able to be with her. And that's the way she wanted it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Man, what a one to end on. Jeez.
I was just like, that's why I picked it. I knew Adrian would cry. So it was like, you know how I love making her cry. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I just see a comment from Jill. She said, "Thank you. I'll try fostering a girl cat."
Yay.
Jill, you got to keep us posted.
Yeah, you keep us posted. And ladies, thank you guys so much
Oh,
for
You.
today
You're
and
so
being
welcome.
a part and giving of your time and your energy and your love to everyone here. We deeply apologize if we were unable to get to your animal communication session today. However, both of these lovely ladies do offer animal communication sessions, longer one-on-one sessions, and the link, both of their links are in the description here, so you guys can go and book a session with them, or you can wait for the next time because I'm sure you'll be back, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely will be back.
We'll be back.
We would love to come back. We love doing
You have
this.
to come back.
And you guys, wait, I really encourage everyone to go give Animal Communication Collective a follow. There's some really exciting things coming up.
Yes.
Beginning of the new year. And I think, just as Jay said, I mean, this is just such a gift that you give to all of us.
And I love your
You don't wanna
energy.
miss
It's crazy. Like we told you about Pooh Bear coming in when Nicole was talking about Diamond, and then Madison and Friday have been in here who have not really been getting along lately, but they're both right here. I'm looking at all like 3 cats right now, and they feel your energy too, and that I know that's why they came to visit today. So thank you guys. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Guys, we have big news coming up. The biggest news of 2022 in about an hour and a half. Okay, so we will be back live with a couple of other beautiful, wonderful human beings to reveal our big deal reveal tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram, and then 5:30 right back here on Facebook and YouTube. And we're so excited about it. So do come join us again. A little bit later, go grab a cocktail or something and come back and join us. But we love you all so much, and happy Thursday. Mwah.
Thank you.
Love
See
you.
you again.
Right.